Whereas the United States Congress established November 11th as a legal holiday for Armistice Day, which was signed into law on May 13th, 1938, and on October 8th, 1954, President Dwight D. Eisenhower would become the first president to issue a Veterans Day Proclamation. And whereas, according to 2024 U.S. Census Bureau estimates that approximately 79,000 veterans reside in Pierce County, representing about 11.5% of Pierce County's total population. And whereas Joint Base Lewis McChord, JBLM, in Pierce County is one of the largest military installations in the nation, and about 6,000 service members separate from the military service at JBLM annually. That's 6,000 people who get out of the military. And more than 60% of those choose to remain here in the region. And whereas the Washington Department of Veterans Affairs provides vital services and resources to veterans and their families, including health care, education, housing, and employment assistance, helping to ensure that those who have served our nation receive the support they need to thrive in the civilian life here in our communities. And whereas Pierce County is home to a strong network of veterans service organizations, including the Washington Soldiers Home in Orting, which is operated by the WDVA and provides long-term care, rehabilitation, and supportive housing. The Pierce County Veterans Assisted Program, which offers emergency financial aid, referrals, and outreach to low-income and at-risk veterans, and the WorkSource Veterans Program, which delivers job placement, training, and employment assistance tailored to veterans. And whereas the Pierce County community continually shows to support its support for our veterans through organizations such as the Stephen A. Cohen Military Family Clinic in Lakewood, which provides behavioral health support to active duty families and veterans. Whereas the Pierce County Council established the Pierce County Veterans Advisory Board in 2016 to advise county leaders on the needs of local veterans, the resources available to local veterans, and programs that could benefit the needs of local veterans and their families. And whereas the Pierce County Council approved more than $200,000 in the 2024-25 biennial budget for a new veterans officer position to provide proactive outreach and engagement with underserved veterans in Pierce County. The council also allocated $4.5 million to the County Veterans Relief Fund to provide emergency assistance to qualified veterans in need. And whereas the National Association of Counties established Operation Greenlight, a national initiative that seeks to honor and support military veterans by raising awareness of the challenges they face as they transition from military service to civilian life. And Pierce County is a participant in Operation Greenlight, and the Pierce County Council and Executive encourage everyone to participate by putting a green light outside their home through November 11th. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed on this 4th day of November 2025 by the Pierce County Council that November 11th, 2025 is Veterans Day in Pierce County. And all community members are encouraged to honor and celebrate all our veterans.
Let's give them a hand. Well, thank you all for joining us, and we would love to hear from you. We never know who's going to go first, so whoever gets to the mic first.
Never give an Irishman the floor. Quickly, thank you very much for having us here. On me, myself, for my family, I counted it up the other day. It's 86 contiguous years of military service to the state from 1939 on. That's quite a legacy to bring before you, but what I really want to tell you more than anything is your support for veterans as a county council is superlative in this state. We have over 500,000 veterans within the boundaries of Washington State. And a good portion of them have come or do live in the Pierce County area. So I want to thank you very much for extending that help and support over the years. Been my privilege to come here before. It's not my intention to talk about me, but to thank you more than anything. It is really a privilege to live in this state. It's a privilege more than anything to be a veteran in this state. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and thank you for your service. What he said? Okay.
You know, they never tell you it gets kind of hot in here. So, good afternoon, Chair Hitchin, Vice Chair Herrera, and esteemed members of the Pierce County Council. It is a privilege to appear before you today in a very dual representative role. I am, in fact, the president of 9 Line Veteran Services. I am a U.S. Army combat veteran, but I also am here as the chairman of the Washington State Governor's Veterans Advisory Board. In these roles, I am dedicated to amplifying the voice of our veterans, ensuring their needs are met with urgency and compassion they've earned through their service. Similar to many of you here, and I've had the chance to work with Paul on several occasions, the work that you do in Pierce County is not unnoticed and doesn't go unnoticed. Regardless of our fundamental disagreements at times and our standpoints on other subjects, it is well known that Pierce County is the second largest veteran hub in Washington State and houses the 7th largest population in the U.S. So from all of us, I just want to say thank you, and I want to wish you all good luck in your continued endeavors to support our veterans, our military families, and our military communities. Thank you.
Thank you. You sure?
Well, it's an honor to be here. Oh, I don't know about that, but I appreciate, I want to say thank you to all of you for doing this today, first off, but particularly I want to say thank you to Councilmember for inviting me. She is my district representative, and I represent the city of Ruston. And one thing I'm looking forward to doing is taking that proclamation and reading it out loud at my council meeting tonight. I think that'll be a great thing to share. And honestly, I had not heard about the green light, so I'll go put my green light in at my house tonight. Yes, as has already been stated, we have a lot of veterans in Pierce County. Different numbers, different censuses, but we have a large percentage of veterans. And one of the things that I think is very interesting is that means that even in a city in Tacoma and in Pierce County, a lot of times I get a lot of surprise that I am a veteran. And I want people to know how many veterans. You know a veteran, whether you realize it or not. We come in all shapes and sizes. We look different. When I put on this uniform today and walked out on my street, my neighbors frequently forget because I've been retired for a bit, so I don't come out on the street in my BDUs as often as I used to. But people are very surprised that I'm a veteran. We are out there, and we have a proven track record of service. I mean, look at these guys. Veterans can do a lot for our community and continue to do a lot for our community. So I think it's really important, the recognition and the services that Pierce County provides those that need the help. Thank you for letting me be here today, and thank you for that proclamation. I look forward to taking it back and sharing it with the rest of my community.
Thank you all for your service and for being here. I'm going to look to what he said for sure. Just want to check. Okay. We're going to go to Councilmember Denson first.
Thank you, Chair. Well, first, I want to thank you all for your service to our country. And then secondly, I want to thank each of you for your service to your fellows. We do have so many veterans here in Pierce County, and we are so lucky that we do. Not only are these wonderful individuals, excellent in our workforce, they know how to work, they've got great leadership skills, they've got great teamwork skills, but they're excellent community members as well, because they know firsthand the value of service. They've demonstrated that this is an essential part of their ethos, and so to me, they just make the best community members. They are awesome leaders in their faith communities, their schools, their city councils, or other governmental institutions. We've got an excellent Veterans Advisory Commission here at the county, and so we just count ourselves so incredibly lucky to have such a large population of excellent community members and people, not only from our area, but from all over the country and all over the world in many instances. It is such an honor to work alongside Councilmember Jensen. We frequently take walks around the Ruston area, not frequently enough, but I always learn so much from her, and I just really, really value both the friendship and the camaraderie that we have as public servants. Thank you all so much for all you continue to give to Pierce County, and certainly let us know what we can do to fill gaps amongst the veteran community and how we can better be of service to you all. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. We will go to Vice Chair Herrera.
Thank you, Chair. Well, it's amazing that you're probably one in 1 million veterans that can fit in their Class A's after being retired. So that's pretty amazing right there. So, but again, you know, folks wouldn't know who the veterans are unless they put their old uniform on or a part of an organization with a hat. But they're around here and they're working in our community here. And I would say this about veterans, that they have an amplified appreciation for home. And I've said that before because, you know, we've been away, we've been in some hardship, and we love our community and we want to make it better. And a lot of veterans are in those spaces. I just wanted to ask, like, again, I just said that you wouldn't know a veteran unless they had the hat or uniform on it. Who in here is a veteran? Raise their hand. So we have staff members here that are veterans, and I appreciate your service also. And who here has a family member that's a veteran? See, we all have some connections to that. So it's what's going on. But as you know, there's always been a friendly rivalry between all of the veteran services, and I'm going to go over a little few of them. So, you know, the Army says, you know, we're the backbone of the country, we're the muscle and sinew, but everyone else knows them as some muscle required, intelligence not essential. The Air Force says, well, we're the ones who actually get there first, fast and high, but we all know them as Chair Force, right? The Navy, you know, they're known as, you know, we rule the seas and we keep the water safe. We're the projection of American power, but all the other branches know them as squids. The Marines, they just smile and say, we're the few and the proud, but we all know them as crayon-eating troops. The Coast Guard, you know, they said that we're the guardians of the homeland shores, and that we all know that they rescue puppies in the ocean sometimes. The Space Force, well, they're quietly orbiting somewhere above, making sure that no one messes with our Wi-Fi. So, you know, but jokes aside, you know, each military branch plays a critical role in our national defense, and together we form an unbreakable shield that protects our freedoms, and that's the main thing. You know, as a veteran, I've seen firsthand the dedication and sacrifices of the brother and sisterhood of that unites us beyond our rivalries. You know, it's on Veterans Day we honor every man and woman who's ever served in this all-volunteer military, because it's an all-volunteer military. And that it's not a job, it's a commitment to greater things than oneself. We know that. They're there to stand, we're here to, as veterans and as military members, they're there to defend our families and our way of life. So, and as veterans, you know, and our military members, they're the reason why the enemy stays far away from our country. They stay far away from our state, our Indian reservations, and all our homes, because they face the dangers out there, so it doesn't come here. And so we can be here today, you know, enjoying our freedoms, stuff like that. But I just wanted to touch on how important our veterans are. We know it, and this council knows it, and that's why we wanted to carve some time out for our veterans. So thank you, Chair.
Thank you for your service, Vice Chair, and for your words and humor. Thank you again for joining us this afternoon. Excited to share a proclamation to go to the town of Ruston. And I know that we have a variety of communities that do something special. My husband was a veteran, and Veterans Day was his day. He got to plan the whole day. Whatever he wanted to do is what we did, and it was kind of, so now when Veterans Day shows up, I'm waiting for somebody to tell me what we're doing, and he's not with me anymore. So it's always a little bit of a challenge, but serving your country leaves an imprint and leaves a legacy and a family, and you never know who has felt that legacy until you open up. And so many of our veterans, even still with everything we're doing, continue to just sometimes not ask for help till it's too late. And I appreciate that the county has organizations like 9 Lives, that we have the Cohen Clinic, that we have 988, that we continue to really push so that veterans who are feeling alone or isolated or confused or angry or just need help, we have things, and we say this is something that's important to invest in because they serve their country and should live with honor and dignity, and we are working so hard to make sure that's happening for every single one of them. So thank you for your service and for being here today.